Thank you for visiting the Coin Lady channel again. So, this expensive XRP that I've been mentioning for some time, the first and foremost question that arises whenever we discuss XRP, or any project featured on this channel is, whence do the high prices originate? How are they brought to fruition? Using XRP, it's in a position like no other. Then what am I trying to say? With XRP, not only may the network effects be lightning quick, but multiplier effects are also possible. The asset's price could skyrocket if there's a lot of demand and you lock up a lot of supply. I came across this post, which is why I'm bringing it up now. An increase in the price of XRP can have an effect on the price of XRP outside of the current market, as discussed in this post. Those who believe OTL will never increase XRP's price have my admiration. They are obviously highly intelligent. However, I find it difficult to accept the reasoning that underpins that argument. In order for XRP based on-demand liquidity services, or any new product to function properly, you should aim for greater prices and very liquid markets. The same folks also claim that community developers are necessary to boost the price of XRP and generate demand for it, which will allow Ripple's liquidity to improve. If you follow that line of thinking, Ripple will sit tight until the community drives up demand and prices. It is ridiculous. My opinion is identical. Envision this. A major bank approaches me and asks if they can transfer $100 billion in 3 seconds. When asked if they were planning to increase prices, Ripple said no, they are waiting for the XRP ledger community to generate demand. To begin, I would be very surprised if Ripple has no strategy for what happens after the case. Second, instead of treating the community as an afterthought, Ripple should be investing heavily in community goods that provide value, as the company does a poor job of demonstrating its reliance on the community. It seems to me that this OTL price is worth debating. If Ripple truly want a community to build the coin's utility, they would have either chosen a different coin with a stronger community of developers, or established and supported a better community of developers internally. Using XRP, they intend to achieve exponential demand for their products. To top it all off, I still can't believe it centers on the community. This has been thrown around a little, but we have the facts, and it's not ridiculous. Picture this. A major bank wants to know if they can transfer $100 billion in 3 seconds. Ripple responds by saying, "We've talked about this before." Indeed, that is also accurate. There isn't enough liquidity for the XRP ledger community to come together. As David and others have stated time and time again, that's the answer. I don't understand why they haven't brought on any major banks to participate in OTL, or why the volume of OTL trades is so low in comparison to the entire transaction volume of XRP. While considering this, we also take the liquidity situation on the XRP ledger into account. In my view, we are going to see that liquidity problem fixed when we consider the true liquidity of XRP and the XRP ledger that will originate from the AMM. At that point, we begin to observe the involvement of major banks. This comment was not the only one, though. Plus, it comes from Santiago of the Les, who I'm sure you all are familiar with. This, however, is a person who issued a reply. Additionally, he mentioned that due to the abundance of liquidity in several currency pairs, it is no longer prudent to trade into and out of the bridge asset. As an alternative, it begins to make more sense to build a reserve fund from which to create markets. A reserve currency functions in this way. Global network effects are necessary, though. Once again, many would argue that XRP is rendered meaningless because of this. Keep in mind that I am not attempting to incite animosity in any way. Some well-known figures in the XRP community, however, have recently stated that XRP serves no purpose, and that we are in dire need of developers, builders, and the like. Plus, I feel the same way, at least to a point. In my opinion, developers and builders can do wonders for the XRP ledger, which is why RP is being linked. However, as I've mentioned before, I believe that on-demand liquidity isn't a huge factor in setting prices. However, it does establish an infinite ceiling and an extremely sturdy floor. Therefore, liquidity on demand has the potential to affect prices. However, at the moment, there is insufficient demand, and meeting that demand will require some time. However, many misunderstood this comment and concluded that XRP is meaningless. In fact, it is describing how XRP may be positioned to compete with the dollar. Here we have an example of a substance that is quite liquid. This is essentially where it is located. To illustrate what this is essentially telling us, let's use the as an example. AMM, if you will. There are XRP to all fiat pairs, including USD, Euro, Philippine Peso, and so on. These currency pairs are located there. Now that we've considered it, there will be a huge reserve of XRP stored there. All those markets are being made when it is in the market-making stage. Furthermore, you are now able to trade between those currency pairs. The AMM is able to process transactions using more than simply XRP. The fact that XRP will still be involved in the transaction and settlement means that its demand will persist. Thus, many will argue that XRP is rendered useless as a result of this. I would even go so far as to say that it strengthens the use case potential of XRP, since it just verifies it. In light of Bitcoin's historical success in trading and asset preservation using XRP, I have long considered the XRP ledger and its potential network impact to be among the most significant developments in the cryptocurrency. Think about all the XRP that will be tied up in liquidity pools when more and more applications are developed on the ledger, along with on-demand liquidity. The network effect may be enormous. Having XRP tied up in these liquidity pools and creating marketplaces where you can trade XRP for USD and Euro is a complete focus. I can't even begin to fathom the amount of XRP that would need to be locked away for those surveys. Institutional DeFi initiatives are also making their way to the blockchain, further securing a large quantity of XRP. Although XRP is leading the way in tokenization, many networks may have to wait until they see substantial network benefits. In my view, though, changes are afoot. XRP has the ability to have a massive network impact and an infinite amount of unrealized potential. Again, I'll reiterate that some are making assumptions based on these claims. For example, they claim that XRP is about to become worthless. When we consider how massive this may be in terms of generating those markets, though, the AMM becomes a very significant issue. It bolsters XRP's use case significantly. In addition to this privilege, the AMM also serves as a portal to oppose activities within institutions. And returning to the year 2020, shall we? Here is an XRP post for you. CRO, looking forward 5 years, to July of 2025, where do you envision RippleNet? Ripple is considering expanding its service offerings to include lending and other ancillary services, as well as additional services for institutional partners. I believe that Ripple through the XRP ledger is at the intersection of these DeFi technologies, institutional adoption, and addressing the specific problems that need to be addressed. This brings me back to a recent post by David Schwartz from November of 2023. Remember that even with these pools, XRP as a settlement currency, or tokenization on the XRP ledger, the amount of network demand for the XRP ledger will be substantial. In my opinion, everyone is becoming increasingly pessimistic and irritable at the moment. I find it absolutely insane that they are proposing these absurd arguments about how XRP is basically worthless. Additionally, developers and builders are in high demand. However, Ripple is actually what they are observing. They wonder why Ripple isn't investing in the ecosystem. It is not Ripple's responsibility to deposit monies into the XRP ledger, as far as I am aware. I find this very astonishing. Gathering as a community, and creating a fund to invest in XRP Ledger projects, would be a great first step if you're serious about getting developers and builders on board. It's distributed. Whatever the most effective means of arguing against the claim that the XRP ledger is centralized, we intend to do so. Well, that concludes our video. As always, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a comment with your opinions. Goodbye for now.